What's up, dudes? We're back again in the garage, and I am working on getting that transmission and oil pan mounted to the engine to get it dropped in here to mock it up. So this is a big step. This is like the big first step for the 2J-Z, and I'm really excited to get this thing going. I got this car swapped around. I don't have a ton of room over here now. I just think I'm gonna move the car over this way, but we'll make do. And I think I might flip this around so that I can get my engine stand and cherry picker back there rather than having to open the garage door. Obviously I'm not working with a ton of room here, so it's kind of hard to, first thing I want to show you guys is this oil pan. So a while back, a guy sent me this. This is from a 2000 something, I think it's a SC300. Basically, it's a mid sump. It looks like it was already on a turbo car. This is, obviously, it wasn't a turbo engine it came off of, so I do think that's where the Supra oil drain did go. They just tapped it. As you can see, it looks like a rear sump, I guess, but it's what they call a mid sump, I guess. I got this like months ago and I just haven't opened it, so here it is. These are kind of hard to find, but I kind of lucked out and traded the guy for my front sump, so. I'm gonna bolt that to the engine, and I'm gonna get the trans on there too. And as a one whole unit, I'm going to drop it in and see if we can start mocking up some motor mounts. Another thing, I'm gonna try a different filming style here for a little bit. I just got this cool magnetic mount. Wish I had a mirror I could show you guys, but basically it sticks to anything metal, and obviously we're working around a lot of metal. So there's been one other guy that bitched about the POV. He didn't like it. Some people love it, most people love it, but I'm just gonna try this. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below at the end of the video, because I'd really like to know. I want to portray this whole thing as best as I can, and if that means doing it this way, then let's do it that way. So drop a comment below, don't forget. Gonna go at this. Here's the plate, and let's try bolt this up. Alright dudes, that was easy. That went on really nice actually, and there's 2 down pins to align everything so you won't be caught with any kind of weird motions here when you're launching or whatever. I'm gonna do the oil pan next. It's on there. Let's start. Check it out. Kind of a little more complete now that the oil pan's on there, but I can run the last 2 bolts here in the oil pan now. Like I said in the other video, I need to remove like the radiator and all that stuff, the wiring and hoses and all that shit. The other thing I've had in the back of my mind is, see those ears down there for the factory transmission cross member? Yeah, those probably have to be cut off before I do anything else. Anyway, I'm gonna bolt the transmission to the engine just because I can, and then we'll go from there. My thought process is quite scrambled sometimes, so I was thinking, these ears, I made an assumption that they're going to be in the way, but I don't actually know that. 99% sure the ears have to come off, but for the sake of making sure I don't do something that I really don't want to, I'm going to clean all this out, and I'm going to put the engine in with the transmission with the ears on to make sure it does, in fact, not fit with the ears on there. Because if at all possible, I will use that mounting point. I just probably will end up building different mounts. I wish I could show you. Here, let me show you this. So, can you see that?
there's the ears. Obviously, it's a there's basically like a plate, and bolts go through there and there, and it's really nice. Super easy to come off, actually. And I'd like to build something similar if I can't reuse those particular ones. You can see there's like a...
Let me get in the engine bay. This is gonna be a lot easier to explain.
There's a weld there where the ears are attached. And if I can use this point and just build some different one of these, basically I'm going to make use of this mounting point, if at all possible. Unless the CD009 transmission mount is way closer this way or way closer that way. Then we'll figure something out. But for now, we're gonna try and put it in here with these ears on.
But let's start by removing all this crap. Just make some room in here. I definitely want to remove this radiator. I don't want to ding it up or anything. I think I'll end up reusing that. So let's get to it. These power tools cut down time like crazy. That would have been like a half-hour to hour-long thing, and that took us, what, 10 minutes? So this area is pretty clear, about as clear as it's gonna get without removing the cross member. I removed everything I want to in order to make way for the engine. Let's go ahead and bolt the transmission onto that guy and just slide it in here with our ears that are gonna get in the way, but just to show that I have to cut them off before I actually do, because you know, I hate cutting the car, so this will be kind of verification that they have to come off. Basically, this can get kind of interesting. Go one of two ways. One, we'll get the angle of the engine right with the transmission, it'll go together real smooth. Or two, it's just gonna fight us the whole way, and typically it fights us, but worst case, I'll just put a, I don't know, a block of wood or something under the back side of the engine and get the angle right so that we can get it on, or I'll lower the... Okay, that was actually super easy. Cherry picker is interfering with the bumper, so I'm gonna have to extend this guy out so that we can continue putting this thing in. So it is what it is. Gotta love it. Now the cherry pickers, I mean, it's still interfering because, you know, I did extend the arm out all the way to the half-ton mark. However, I am at full lock on the leveler all the way back. So this distance is at its greatest, which unfortunately we're hitting the bumper. Honestly, I never had this issue with the L28, but I might have to remove the bumper to get the motor in there and sit it in there like I want. Just one thing after the other, but it's just kind of the name of the game. I think removing the bumper, that's going to allow us to move forward. This is the first time the Z and this motor have met, which is kind of cool. It's kind of fun to finally have the motor sort of in the car. You can see we have about, I don't know, 10 inches left to go to the firewall here. It's kind of dark and black. These ears do not want to come off, and I'm having some trouble maneuvering myself under the rear of the car just with the angle and how low it is back there. So I'm gonna have to hold off to finish this piece for another day until I get my rear jacks in to get it up in the air so I can really get my arm to swing that hammer. And this is reminding me a lot of that camber plate piece that wouldn't come off. It's just stuck on there, even though there's only like 4 spot welds. It's like, I don't know if it's just, it might just be corrosion over time between those pieces of metal, but man, it's just like, it doesn't want to come off. It's just, you know, it's just frustrating. I kind of have the motor in the car. Yeah, we'll finish this tomorrow. We'll get the motor mocked up and the engine mounts made. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. If you like this content, hit that subscribe button and like this video if you like this particular video in this series. Tune in next time. I'll have those ears off and we'll sit the motor and the transmission in the car and start mocking up the motor mounts and transmission. See you guys next time.